I'm just gonna make sure that everything is running here. Ooh. That should be on. That should be playing. Why is that not playing? Oh, yes, it is playing. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I'm just gonna turn something else on.
Artie and Caleb, or Florian Caleb.
Yeah, the conversation between Florian and Caleb was
That was something else. That's somebody else that I'm watching. I was just checking to see if everything was working for the things. So I'm gonna social media. All right. So here I am. I'm gonna be playing some Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York, Part 5. Just gonna post some stuff on the social medias just to see, make sure that everybody's up and running. Gotta post on socials. You have one viewer. Yay. Somebody's paying attention to me. It's probably me. There I am. My face is on screen. I'm just gonna open up a few more things. There, and I'm there, and I'm over here, and I'm up here, and I'm doing this, and okay, there is one person that's there that's not me. All right, which one of you is Coteries of New York? I have like a bunch of different tabs on the thing. You are Swan Song. You are Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, which I should actually get around to playing again. All right, so let's kick. It's this one. This one. Coteries of New York. There we go. There I am. That's what I'm doing. That's the things. That's the things that are on there. All right, so let us get that up and running. See if I can piss off the Malkavians or the Gangrel this time. Ah, that's what I didn't set up. Okay. And I'm going to be doing this for charity. Let us... Here we go. Just got to set something up here. I realized that I did not set it up so that the link for the charity is available. That one. And I gotta log in over here. Oh boy, this is... I did not log into all this stuff that effectively. Oh, hey, Wandering DM. Welcome to the raid. Welcome to me playing Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Why are there so many tabs? Holy cow. I apparently have a lot of tabs open at this particular point in time. Welcome on over. How was your game? Hey, Crit Witch, Trooper, SJP, Vampire. There are vampires here. I don't know why it's telling me that I need to buy Coteries Shadows of New York. I do not. That is a lie. I already own Shadows of New York. So yeah, welcome on in, everybody. I am doing some fundraising at the moment to help out the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, and we're enjoying some lo-fi type of stuff, this really mellow music. Welcome on in, everybody. We are checking shit out. Alright, so I will be totally brutally honest with everybody. I do not remember exactly where I left off on this. So far as I remember, I was being driven around the city by a Malkavian who was just doing some random tasks that I have no idea why they were even... It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Okay, so, thank you for the follows as well, everybody. You're all awesome. We're gonna check out some Vampire the Masquerade stuff. And there's a link in the chat for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which that's what I was doing. That's what I was in the middle of. I was in the middle of setting it up so that I don't have to post it all the time, that it'll just post every couple of minutes, because we have the technology, and sometimes it actually works. That would be in the timers. Gonna add a timer. Donate if you can. Help spread the word. The word if you can't. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is one of those types of things where that's on Storyteller's Vault, things on Tiltify. Nope. That's not the one I want. Like, there's so many complicated, like, little things about streaming that people... Like, once you're shown how to do it, it's easy as hell. But once, like, just kind of getting into that mindset and doing stuff with regards to it, That's the troubling part. Like sometimes it's like so daunting that nobody knows like how to do things because there's like a billion different things to do. Should record some of those videos at some point. All right, so I'm gonna load. I'm on night 7. And I just get, I wake from my slumber and emerge from your haven for the night. You notice a familiar face on the other side of the street, standing in the corner, looking straight at you. Great. I've been unalive for 7 days and already am in shit. Ani Sukimi? Yeah, I don't know if I said that right. Welcome on in. Yeah, this game is pretty awesome. I also own the sequel, which is Shadows of New York, which I'm going to try to do after this game. But I'm only on day 7. It's Kaiser's lackey, whom you met recently. Jackie. He nods to you, encouraging you to approach. You can tell he's guarded and suspicious after you what it made him do the last time you met. His hands are on the outside of his pockets, though, a sign of goodwill. Hey, Distel's Palace, welcome on in. We are... Let me... I love my chords. My chords are awesome. But they get in the way. Nope, that's not the button I wanted to hit. That's the button I wanted to hit. Here, welcome on in, everybody. So paste that. I am raising funds for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So if anybody has a couple of bucks that they want to send that way, feel free. If not, help spread the word. And I realized I forgot to do something earlier. Hey, Taking Time Bob Gaming, welcome on in. It is Wandering DM. That did not work. Is it this? There we go. Wandering DM. Everybody, give Wandering DM a follow. They're doing a Vampire the Masquerade game right now, which I was watching actually before I hopped on here. And it is great. Trooper SJP is in there. Trooper SJP does some cool stuff as well. Once this shout out's done, I'm going to shout out Trooper SJP, and then I'm going to shout out Distel's Palace. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm playing some Coteries of New York because that's a thing, and it's a really good game. I like it. Distel's Place. Right. Sorry. My bad. Sorry about that. That's my bad. I can read. Yeah, sorry. Distel is fine. Okay. Welcome on in, Distel. I'm gonna do... Okay, that one shout out is done, so I'm gonna do the shout out... Not shout out. For Trooper SJP. You have to wait 27 seconds before giving another shout out. That is a wildly specific amount of time. SG, I'm going to set that up in the chat so that when I go over here, I can go, okay, you can tell he's guarded and suspicious. Hands are on the outside of his pockets. That's close enough. Who is this impetuous little shit giving me orders? Yeah, I'm a Ventru, so I'm definitely going to go with says who. Says who, buddy? Like, I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your friend, pal. He's not your pal, friend. There we go. Shout out to Trooper SJP, and then I will do Distel after that. Says who, buddy? You take a step forward, because I'm a Ventru, that's why. Hey, don't push it unless you want me to draw attention to us so close to the place where you crashed for the day. Plus, the boss would be pissed. Well, extra pissed. I have something to pass on to you. He produces a crumpled piece of paper from his jacket pocket and hands it to you. Well, we're going to find out some stuff, aren't we? Read it, memorize it, then give it back here. It's a letter, obviously. The paper might just be a page ripped out of a spiral notebook, but the writing on it is exquisite, detailed, and deliberate. It reads, Time to square your debt with me. Go to the wine shop at 232 Mulberry Street and ask for the 1821 Special Reserve Donatello Negro Amaro. Okay, that's a lot. And there's no way I'm going to remember that. But I'm guessing the game itself will remember that. When they tell you they don't have it, say you are a fidel servitor della familia G. Those exact fucking words, and make sure you get the G right. Man, even the letter is giving me attitude. Like, I didn't know I was that much of a Ventru in this game. That seems wildly specific. Alright, so I think enough time has passed. There we go. Shout out to Distal's Place. What were you guys doing tonight? Were you playing, like, anything fun? Alright. You'll get the bottle. Just take it and leave by saying grazie. Don't ask how much it is or anything else. Just walk out. When you have it, come back to Jackie Boy here and let him know. You done? Memorize that shit and hand it over. Hey, Wandering DM. Welcome on in. How was your game? Because I saw that there may be some political scheming going on in your vampire game. What's the rush, buddy? What's with all this cloak and dagger nonsense? Didn't think your boss was a letter guy. I'm trying to think. See, part of what I'm doing in this particular game, I am trying to be the most Ventru that has ever Ventrued. That's why I pissed off the Gangrel, because I just walked into the Gangrel territory and started dominating everybody because I'm a Ventru. It's Ventru. It's Ventru shit. Just Ventru shit. There we go. There's my hashtag of the evening. What's the rush, buddy? Let's see what the rush is, buddy. Hey, it's your funeral. I can stand here all night and even enjoy a nice sunrise while I'm at it. Not a luxury you have. Just hand me back the letter once you're done. You note the phrases and addresses in the letter, then hand it back to Jackie. Wow. See, that's where the Ventru-ness is bleeding over a bit more. He immediately reaches for a lighter and burns the letter, putting the ashes out with his boot. See, something that many of you probably don't know about Storyteller Steve is, hey, DC, how's it going? One of the little teeny tiny things you may not know about Storyteller Steve is Storyteller Steve used to work as a beta tester for an actual larger company. There's no way that would have made it past the beta test if I was playing it. But that's just me. And let's give a shout out to DC, who runs an awesome werewolf game, which is now on Spotify for everybody playing the home game. Let me post that link up in the chat. If you guys, everybody in the chat, if you want to help us out over at Vancouver by Night, we are also trying to get Spotify monetized as well, but we need 100 interactions, 100 people watching it, and that will help us out. That is the link to DC's first episode as the werewolf storyteller. Whoops, wrong game. Yeah, so check that out. If you all want, you can check it out, give us a rating, help us out that way. Let me see. And we are raising some money for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Let me just put that in the thing. Right, that is updated. So, help if you can, help spread the word if you can't. The link is in the chat there. And we are being Ventures for Venture's sake. You note the phrases and addresses mentioned in the letter, then hand it back to Jackie. He immediately reaches for a lighter, burns it, puts it out the ashes with his boot. I already mentioned that. So yeah, when you do what the boss asks, come back here so I can tell you where to go next. Like, you're not my boss, dude. I'll be in the alley over there, so find me when you have the item, whatever it is. I don't know, and the boss made it extra clear that I shouldn't care, so I don't. See you. I don't like this guy. Is there an option to eat this guy? He shuffles away and leaves you to pursue the lead from the letter. Time to pay a visit to Nolita. You arrive at the address mentioned in the note, not counting local restaurant patrons. The street is mostly empty at this time of night, but curiously, the wine shop is still open. Curiouser and curiouser. Inside, a small middle-aged woman with curly hair stands behind the counter in front of a wall filled with wine bottles. In a wine shop? I did not see that one coming. Shocking. There's a door at the back room with a small table and a chair occupied by a man in a black faux leather jacket with slick, combed back hair. He's reading a newspaper, but pauses as the little bell rings when you open the door. He takes a sip from a small, steaming cup and then gets back to his broadsheet. The proprietor. Good evening. How can I help you? Here's how you can help me. I totally forget. So, my options as a Ventru are be direct, chat her up, tell her a friend sent you. I'm going to be direct because I'm a Ventru. I would like a bottle of the 1821 Special Reserve Donatello Negromaro, please. Let me check our stock. She seems to be looking through a database on the laptop sitting on the counter. She puts on a polite smile. I'm afraid we don't have that one at the moment. Sorry. Recite the phrase straight and simple. Casually recite the phrase, or recite the phrase and reassure her. I don't know if you've been paying attention, any of you, to my playthrough of this so far, but I am not the recite the phrase and reassure her type. I am a Ventru. Recite the phrase straight and simple. I am a fidel servitor della familia G. In that case, let me see if we have any in the back. Wait here, please. Like, wait, what? You just said you don't have any at all. The woman leaves the counter and goes through the doors in the back. The man at the table puts down the newspaper and takes another sip from the cup, washing it down with a gulp of water from a nearby glass. I suppose that makes sense. What am I doing here? Alrighty. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. He tries to hide it, but there's no doubt he's watching you. About a minute passes. I'm just gonna remain silent and wait. I'm a Ventrue. I don't have time for small talk with various people that I meet along the way. You remind yourself of what Kaiser wrote in the letter and keep quiet, patiently waiting for the woman to return from the back of the store. The man finishes his drink and starts doodling on the newspaper, his eyes darting to you every so often. The doors at the back of the store open and the proprietor emerges with a small, unlabeled, squat bottle of crimson liquid. That is a lot of words. She gives you an apologetic smile. "Scusi, sorry for taking so long. Turns out we did have it." She offers you the bottle and you reach out to grab it, but she retracts it. "You do know what this is, don't you?" Time for some presents. You focus your button and immediately see both of the people in the shop focused intently in on you and what you're about to say. I know exactly what this is and I'm the right person to give it to. Yeah, that's a Venture response right there. Give me the fucking bottle. Woman gives you the bottle without hesitation. Grazie. Deciding you pushed your luck far enough, you nod and exit the store. You take a brisk walk to your car. Nobody follows you as you leave Nolita and drive back to your apartment. It takes you some time to find a parking spot, but you finally get out of the car and start looking for Jackie. He's not far from where you parted ways just under 2 hours ago. Like, why do I need to find a parking spot by my own apartment? I know it's New York. I get it, but you know, I should have my own parking space at least. Come on. Got the goods? I do, but it was a hassle. See, I'm going to try to make sure, as a Ventrue, to make sure that people are in my debt. I got it, but it was a hassle. Oh, boo-hoo, stick around. I gotta make the call. Takes a few more steps into the narrow space between the two buildings and takes out the same high-tech phone you saw him carrying last time. "Hey boss, yeah, they have it. Where do I point them to? Okay, yeah, I'll tell them to go there right away." Puts the phone back in his pocket and turns back to you. "Bullets point, half an hour, so you better step on it. See you around." Like, I am not venturely impressed with this guy. And venturely should be a word if it isn't already. I mean, let's be honest. What am I doing? I'm checking some stuff. Alright, so With only a flippant salute, Jackie starts walking down the street. You make your way back to the car and drive. You had to push the speed limit to make it on time, but you're here. Willets Point is quite the change of scenery. The place is a post-industrial dump, the nearby stadium notwithstanding. You stop your car and realize that if you go any further down, the potholes will kill your chassis. You step out into one of those gushes in the asphalt, splashing in ankle-deep water. Kaiser's limo is nowhere to be seen. In fact, the whole place is pretty much deserted, other than an apparent provider of a lonely bar, a middle-aged woman who's just locking the place up. Ordinarily, I might even say cooking opportunity, like feeding opportunity for the bar owner. But I don't know if she's my type. But, let's do it. This is a too perfect an opportunity to not take advantage of. She's walking to her car, ready to call it a night. When you sneak up on her, she's far too tired to resist your strong hold and swift bite. You can taste the caffeine in her veins, smell the cheap cigarettes in her hair, the old cooking grease in her clothes. She passes out. You assault the closing note of a long day at work. You let her down gently and feel a pang of remorse. You pick up the car keys she dropped and place her in the driver's seat. She'll find an explanation for passing out like this for sure. The bright lights of a car pulling over down the road illuminate you as you close the door. It's a black limo. Kaiser is finally here, it would seem. So it would seem. Since last time the car door opens, nobody comes out. You know the drill. It's time. Kaiser is visible when you look inside. You close the door behind you. So you pulled it off without a hitch, then give it here. You hand the bottle over to the Nosferatu. He uncorks it gently, takes a whiff, and puts the cork back in. Yeah, that's the stuff. I see you're useful beyond your charm with the subtlety of battering ram. Good to know. Wow. I mean, he's not wrong. He's just out of line. Here's Langley's precious address. He passes you an envelope with what feels like a thick card inside. Yeah, I'm going to fish for as much as I can, so I'm going to say I think you still owe me a bonus. I think you still owe me a bonus for the extra legwork. And I think you're a dumb piece of shit for even bringing it up. We can't both be right. Time for you to get out now. He waves you out of the car with the envelope in hand. You get out, back into the torn asphalt, decrepit surroundings. The limo slowly drives away. Finally, you can return to Sophie and bring her what she wanted. Gregory lets you in, and you hear a shrill, unpleasant laugh, and you realize Sophie's having a guest over. Great. Just fucking swell. Thomas Arturo, you met in the Elysium of New Lights a few nights back. That shriek is unmistakable. Ah, Amanda, so good to see you. Tell me, did you two have a chance to talk previously? Yes. Yes, we did. Thomas speaks up before you can. Why, yes, of course. And such a good first impression you made, too. Miss Langley clearly did the right thing by taking you under her wing. I'm sure she thinks so, too. Don't you, Sophie? Why, of course you do, of course. Well, I believe I must be going. I'll be sure to let Prince Panhard know your thoughts, Miss Langley, word for word, or as close as I can remember them. That sounds ominous. I appreciate it, Thomas. You two enjoy your night now. Good night, Sophie, Amanda, Greggy boy. He gives you a sly smile. Sophie's driver opens the door for Arturo, and the guest steps out with a single wave of the hand towards his host and you. The door is closed. This is not a great amount of options. He's quite the character, isn't he? What a creep, and what's his deal? I'm not sure what to take. Alrighty. I am going to be checking this over here. All right. Let's see. I'm leaning in the direction of what's his deal. So what's his deal? Same as everyone's: position, power, influence. Yeah. Thomas has clout in court and access to many juicy details on everyone from the prince to the lowliest primogen. It's useful to have him on your side, even if his eccentricity requires some patience. Speaking of patience, you have been putting mine to the test lately. Did you manage to contact Kaiser and acquire what I asked for? Yeah, I'd appreciate some more gratitude. The options are: yes, I had to do another job for him first, I have it, sorry for the wait, or I'd appreciate more gratitude. Yeah, I'm the one running around the city doing all this shit for you, ladies, so... Hey, that's unfair. I busted my ass to secure this card for you. Some more gratitude would be welcome. She retrieves the envelope from you. Oh, and what was so hard for trading one item for another, pray tell? I had to deal with his servant first. Let's appeal to the Toreador-ness of this person. He's got a servant named Jackie. He was a pain to deal with. I hear all of his ghouls are like that. The apple never falls far from the tree, it would seem. She opens the envelope and looks at the card. You notice the same lettering you saw in Kaiser's note from before, but can't see the details. Her eyes widen. Yes, excellent. I need to call in some favors. I will likely be busy for the next few nights. You have my permission to show some initiative, my dear Charge. I will contact you soon. Great. With that, Sophie ushers you outside, and you'll have to do with the rest of the night's hours as you like. Okay, so it is about midnight here. Who am I gonna talk to? I'm not sure where I should go here. I think somebody's watching me. Someone's following you around, has been for a few nights, maybe longer. That can't be a good thing. The only question is what to do about it. Gonna provoke the stalker to appear. I'm a venturer. I should be able to take care of this crap. You venture out to the street with the goal of letting your stalker know you're aware of being followed. It's time to stop this ridiculous charade. It's raining outside and you step in the street in front of your haven. You wonder whether that'll help you. Will you be able to see the footprints of your stalker in puddles on the ground? Not sure where to start. You flip a few bills to a homeless man and chat up the guy who runs the local bodega. Both of them talk your ear about strange characters hanging around, but none of the stories seem right to you. That's fair. Walking the streets, you're convinced by turns that everyone you see is an enemy agent out to get you, and that your stalker has decided to take the night off. Well, that's just fantastic. Frustrated after a couple of hours of useless searching, you cross the road without looking where you're going. Hey, Geek Girl Lisa, welcome. Welcome on in. Thanks for the raid. We are doing a charity stream for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. The link should be in the chat there. And I am playing some Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York and subsequently pissing off everybody who happens to be a part of this particular game. So I'm going to do a thing over here. Shout out to Geek Girl Lisa. There we go. Everybody give Geek Girl Lisa a follow. Like I just did. Haha. There we go. And what were you playing over there tonight? Kind of fun stuff were you up to? All right. So, frustrated after a couple of hours of useless searching, you cross the road without looking where you're going. Oh, sorry. Liza. Liza. Liza? Lisa. Is that right? Oh, Lisa. That must be it. Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, I've not been able to get Liza. Not quite. Crap. Sorry. Geek. Okay. I will tell you geek. Yeah, I definitely want to get into Cyberpunk 2077, but the initial run of it was like buggy as hell, and I was like, I don't want to be any part of this. I will just wait until it goes on sale massively. It still is. Oh shit. Yeah, I could see that being a problem. At least the DLC is. Well, I think they just release the DLC not too long ago? I think so. I think that's what happened. Because there was like a DLC like a month ago, I want to say. They also just pushed a patch. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, one of the jobs that I used to have, I was explaining to everybody earlier that I was a beta tester for a fairly large company out here in Vancouver, and a lot of the stuff is kind of buggy. Like one of the things I did actually for crap. Now I forget the name of the game. It's I will be right back. By right back, I mean I'm just going to type something into Mass Effect. Why did I forget Mass Effect? Yeah, one of the things I did was for Mass Effect Andromeda, where they bring a whole bunch of people in and they give them some game codes. And it was like a month before Mass Effect Andromeda came out, and it was rough. Like, really rough. Like, if you thought the release of that game was rough, it was rough. It's like, you guys have a month to fix this. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. All right, so frustrated after a couple hours of useless searching, you cross the road without looking where you're going. A courier on a motorbike zooms towards you, and you had no time to brake or swerve, and you suddenly step in front of him. This is going to be bad. For a split second, your eyes meet, and those of the man on the bike. You both know you'll collide. You'll get hurt. Something hits you, pushing you forward. You tumble flying in the sidewalk as the courier zooms past. You feel a weight on your back, catch a glimpse of something, a person, female, you think, and then she disappears. You spend a couple more hours trying to find the woman who's been stalking you, but in your shriveled undead heart, you know it to be futile. She's gone. Gone. So, that's it then. She just buggers off. All right. So, I'm going to run over, grab a drink quick, and rest. So, hold on 1 sec. And we're back. It's time to rest. Who the fuck are you? Huh. Interesting. I am in no way, shape, or form wanting to deal with a Malkavian right now. At all. At all, at all. That is not on my list of shit to do. Alright, it's time to post the thing from our fundraiser. See if we can get a bit of money on that. Again, help out if you can. Spread the word if you can. Every little bit helps. All right, and check out our Spotify as well. We're uploading a bunch of stuff. There's a massive backload of stuff. Back issues, episodes of stuff. Yeah. We are uploading all of our stuff to Spotify from Vancouver by Night. Check that out. We are trying to monetize. If you can, spare a tab, throw some on. We just uploaded the werewolf game that DC ran. DC was in the chat a couple minutes ago. I think DC is still in there. Not sure. Yeah, I see DC is still in there. DC's great storyteller. Check it out. We uploaded the werewolf game, Petra's game, the Bonfire for the Lost. That we uploaded the first episode. The next episode I'm probably going to be uploading tomorrow. And we have the first 7 episodes of Vancouver by Night New Blood on there, which is great, if I do say so myself. Fantastic group of players that I've got with that one. They are, you'll see definitely, because we're currently recording the second season of that, and the second season, like the players and the characters are just gelling, and everybody is bouncing ideas off of each other, and it's just absolutely phenomenal to work with these folks. And I did not realize this until just now. It just caught my attention that the streets in New York are basically flowing blood vein type things. Who knew? Great touch, though. That is a fantastic little add-on there. All right. So, not dealing with a Malkavian. Do you know the notes? You find the mystery of Agathon's research tantalizing enough to pay him a visit. Sure, let's go over to Agathon. You know what to expect when you turn to a small bookstore serving as Agathon's haven. The cacophony of occult imagery assaults you as the book cover is displayed on the window, but under the fake facade, there's something real. Dun dun dun. This time, it's the Buddhas and the satanic Bibles of the storefront seem almost funny, or perhaps you've just started to tune into the dry humor of these Tremere. Just as you're about to ring the doorbell, the door opens and Agathon storms out. You step aside just in time to avoid having him stumble into you. Amanda, what are you doing here? It's challenge day. No, I'm kidding. I came to help you. Hey, don't be a dick, or window shopping. Being the Ventru, I'm going to go with, hey, don't be a dick. But after a word from our sponsors, I'm just going to check this out quick. Arcade-okie. Artichoke. Hey, don't be a dick. Please stop giving me a hard time. Why are you being such a dick? I came to help you. I love the little spice, little pepper that's put on there. Agathon looks at your outburst in surprise. Keep your emotions under control, otherwise you're of no use to me. Now, let's go. Agathon walks to his car with you in tow. It didn't occur to you last time, but it's a surprisingly pedestrian vehicle. Hey, the Slytherin Weasley. That is quite the handle. Welcome on in from the raid. How are you tonight? I see you're a raider over from Geek. Watching some Cyberpunk 2077. And now you're watching some Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Two totally different games. I'm okay at work, so mostly lurking. Yeah, that's fair. That is totally fair. The one thing I pretty much ask of everybody is just like, throw open a tab, hit the mute thing on it, and, help us out with a view. That's all I can ask for. Literally the bare minimum I can ask for. And that's all I want. Everybody hang out, have a good time, chill. We can play some video games or watch some stuff. Lurking is always appreciated. Always appreciated. I'm on my phone currently. Well, that's fair too. I mean, on the phone, you can actually turn down the volume with the little clicker button on the side there. Agathon walks to his car with you in tow. It didn't occur to you last time, but it's a surprisingly pedestrian vehicle. An aging mid-sized family sedan. You imagine what it would look like with a baby seat in the back. Why am I imagining that? Though I do normally tab mute when I lurk at my laptop. Yeah, that's fair. That is totally fair. I do that actually quite a bit. Like when I'm working on some other stuff for some notes for like the vampire game, I try to help support the other channels that are doing like vampire stuff, that are doing like video game stuff. A lot of the channels that I follow, I try to have like one or two tabs open just to, just to help everybody out. Why am I wondering about a baby seat? I'm a vampire. I shouldn't really care about this. Opening the door on the driver's side, Agathon notices your look. Laugh all you want, but it's inconspicuous and practical. I wasn't laughing. And why is everybody like glaring at me with the rear view mirror? What is up with that? Like, not look at the road, dude. Gotta try to support fellow streamers where I can. I totally agree. The Slytherin Weasley. I 100% agree with that. Like, yeah, like if I'm working on something else, I'm at my computer anyway. Throw open a tab. Check out, like I was actually doing that. When I was eating, I had left my computer on and was helping to watch The Wandering DM, who actually raided into us earlier, who are amazing folks. They were playing some Vampire the Masquerade. I was keeping a tab open for them, and they actually raided into me when I hopped on tonight, so that is always appreciated. Go check them out. I'm going to give them another shout out, because I can, because it's my channel. I'll do what I want to. Shout out the Wandering DM. Alrighty, you sit in the car and Agathon starts driving in his usual careful style. At least you'll never be stopped by traffic cops. It seems Agathon is not interested in small talk. Whew, this is tough. As a Ventru, do I say, what's this all about, beautiful night, or stay silent? I'm gonna go with the staying silent. You decide it's best to let Agathon drive in peace. Agathon is very comfortable driving in silence. You look out the window, wondering at the ordinary lives of the people you pass by. Suddenly, Agathon snaps you out of your reverie. Let me ask you something, Amanda. Do you enjoy the hunt? No? Yes. Of course, I thought all kindred did. I mean, maybe I feel guilty sometimes, but it's such a rush. This is where I'm going to age myself. I'm going to quote the beginning part of an 80s wrestler tag team. Ooh, what a rush. Yeah, I'm old. I mean, maybe I feel guilty sometimes, but it's such a rush. Not all kindred enjoy it, but you're right, most do. There's something melancholy in Agathon's voice that you can't quite parse. You exit Manhattan over the Brooklyn Bridge and soon reach the site of the nightclub that seems to be your destination. It's on the riverfront, a converted former warehouse, which is pretty much like if you're playing Vampire the Masquerade as a role-playing game, as a video game, as whatever. Most of the clubs are converted from warehouses for some reason. It's almost like that's a little bit easier to clean up with all the blood. I mean, I don't think I'm lying. I'm just entirely out of line. All right. After Agathon parks the car, it's time for you to enter the nightclub. You glance at the Tremere, evaluating him. It's obviously this is not his kind of place. Legion of Doom reference. Yay! Exactly. I mean, you kind of have to at that point, right? Like, one of Storyteller Steve's strengths is that he's a walking, talking pop culture reference. You may have worked in finance, but your colleagues got into some crazy shit if they did enough cocaine. You're not a party girl, but you don't stand out in a nightclub. Agathon does. There's a good chance the research notes are here. In a nightclub? Okay. The research notes? Yeah, that is the most Ventrue response here. So we're looking for research notes. Thanks for letting me know, pal. Yes, and that's all you need to know. Well, Agathon, Agathon, Agathon. There's a line into the club. It looks like a popular spot, even if based on the crowd. This is not exactly a place for supermodels and celebrities. And there's a cop car, clearly by the flashing lights. Presents charm the bouncer. Bingo. You walk up to the man at the door and smile. Hey, remember me, right? Mind if we go in? Bouncer looks at you, taken aback by your supernatural charisma. It doesn't matter whether he really remembers you or not. Sure, go right in. Have a great night. Why can't I see the bouncer? Why can't I see the bouncer? Why? You walk into the club, ignoring all the people standing in line. That's some pretty good art right there. And some banging hits. Is that what the kids say these days? Do we still say banger? That's a banger? I don't know. I'm old. The music beats down on you, bringing with it memories of a human existence. The first time you went dancing with friends, when you flirted with someone on the dance floor. This time it's different. You're a predator and everyone around you is prey. Tightly packed, twitching sacks of blood and tissue. There's a Ventrue-like statement if I've ever heard one. It's like, out of the way, meat sack. You sense the emotions all around you. Blood tinted with happiness, lust, rage, jealousy, love. A buffet of sensations. Focus, keep an eye out for trouble while I look for what we came to find. Look for what we came to find. Like, what? Maybe I can help? Also, why are there meat hooks on the ceiling? It seems like something you would probably take out of a nightclub. Just on the, you know, the odd chance somebody might hurt themselves. You nod and follow Agathon through the throng, trying to ignore all the warmth, flesh, circulating blood around you. Yeah, I'm gonna feed, because who knows when the next chance will get. You decide the opportunity to feed has been handed to you. It would be churlish to refuse. Sealing meat storage by day. That is a good point, DC. That is, I mean, multi-use, like, buildings, right? It's New York. You gotta pay the rent somehow. A young Latino man is dancing close to a beautiful drugged-out girl. She takes his face in her hands and kisses him on the mouth. You slide close to them and sink your teeth into the man's neck. He moans over the pleasure of the kiss, and the girl assumes it's because of her. You check to see nobody is watching, lick the wound closed before disengaging and returning to look for Agathon. You find a young, intense woman pointing a finger at his face. Whoa. Juno. Agathon, you traitor. Don't dare stand between me and what's mine. You look at the woman in surprise. Her appearance stands in contrast with the anger in her words. Juno, you know Aisling will not let you leave with the notes. Perhaps she won't let you leave at all. Juno pulls close to Agathon's face and stage whispers loudly enough for you to hear her over the music. You're still so brainwashed that you care about what Aisling fucking Sturbridge wants. I'm done jumping through her hoops. I don't know what I saw in you, Agathon. You're such a lapdog. Let's not forget the Masquerade. Look, are we sure we want to talk about this in the middle of the dance floor? Do I look like I care about the fucking Masquerade? Well, okay, apparently that was my wrong track to go down. You look at Juno in genuine shock. From Sophie, you've understood the masquerade is universal among the kindred. Juno, you don't mean that. You're not suicidal. Fucking watch me. Juno, please. Juno steps back, suddenly cold, ignoring the people all dancing all around. She stares hard at Agathon. The past is past. The traditions are dead to me. You won't stop me, Agathon. I'll make sure of that here and now. You know I have the power. What is going on? What have I stumbled into? No, Juno, please. Agathon sounds panicked. He's not worried about his own survival, but of the possibility that Juno is going to unleash a genuine masquerade breach. Yeah, it's time for another presence hammer. I could reason with Juno, sucker punch Juno, or presence calm Juno down. Calling the powers of your blood, you step closer to Juno, between her and Agathon. Agathon was being an asshole. Don't hurt yourself just to get back at him. He's not worth it. Juno looks you in the eye, and you can see that she's tired and scared. Defecting from the Tremere is not easy or safe. You're right. She turns to go, then stops and glances back at you. You should pick better friends. Fuck, I've been saying that since I started this game. With that, Juno walks through the oblivious dancers towards the exit. Looking around, you realize that Agathon didn't stay to witness your exchange with Juno. Instead, he worked his way around the dancing crowd, looking for the notes, using his arcane methods. After his Juno is gone, he returns, shaking his head. The notes were here, but not anymore. It's possible someone grabbed them when they hunted here. I have no idea what's going on. Fucking clueless. After making sure Juno is nowhere to be seen, you and Agathon push your way back outside. Outside, you walk to Agathon's car and drive back to over the Brooklyn Bridge to Manhattan, heading for Agathon's haven. Juno mentions some very personal things. I trust your discretion in not discussing these things with Aisling. Sure. I won't lie. That's my venture. That's it right there. I won't start lying to your boss. If she asks, I'll answer. Agathon doesn't reply, but you can see his mood darken. After a while, you reach Agathon's haven and he parks the car. You walk to the occult bookstore and Agathon invites you inside. The smell of incense assaults you before, making you grateful you don't have to breathe. You follow Agathon upstairs to find Aisling Sturbridge in an armchair reading an old book. She puts a bookmark in place as you come in. You were successful, I hope. No, I'm sorry. The notes were there at some point, but not anymore. That's a shame. I hope you don't run out of time. How did Sophie's little protege do? Agathon turns to look at you. These fledglings come and go. Let's see after a few years. Wow, rough. Very true. I'll have to ask Sophie while she took this one in. She must have a reason. We met Juno. Fortunately, she couldn't find the notes either. That's interesting. The High Regent turns to look at you. Swell. What was your impression of Juno, fledgling? Angry. She was very angry. I don't know what you people did to her, but she's pissed. What we did, careful now, fledgling. She made her own choices, bad as they were. Anyway, I have some things to discuss with Agathon. Run along now. You leave the occult bookstore with cheesy, mystical music still in your ears as you walk away. You wonder about what happened with Juno, why she's so anxious to leave her clan, can she really do that? Could you leave Sophie's service if you wanted to? And we are halfway through the night. But that is probably going to be where I'm going to cut off this particular conversation and going to see if I can find someone to raid. So I'm gonna exit out of here, save and exit. All right, so thanks everybody for hanging out, watching, checking out the stuff, participating. Thank you for all the raids, for everybody who came in with the raids. Always appreciated. Yeah, so let's see who is online at this particular moment. Is anybody playing vampire-related stuff? I'm the only one playing Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Okay, so that's kind of a bust on that particular search. Anybody playing Vampire the Masquerade, period. Some people playing Blood Hunt. Nobody's playing the actual role-playing game, Vampire the Masquerade Justice. Nobody's playing that. Oy vey. This is hard to search for. Not gonna lie. You know what? Let's pay a visit to Grave Mortem. Slytherin Weasley, hope you have a good night. You too. Have a great evening. All my people are on Apex, Overwatch, and Dead by Daylight. Yeah, Dead by Daylight's got some interesting stuff coming up soon. You know what? We're gonna pop on over to Grave Mortem. Grave is awesome. Also, one of my players, he was in the Last Light campaign, the vampire miniseries that we did that was in studio. So yeah, go and check that out on our YouTube. We're gonna raid over to Grave. If you want to check out our YouTube, it's over here. It did not work for some reason. So I'm just gonna do a quick thing. This is only to our videos section, but check it out anyway. And we're going to raid on over to Grave Mortem, who's playing some Final Fantasy VII right now. Click down on accident, moves back. That's all good. Just stick around for the raid, actually. Grave is awesome. Yeah, great player as well. Phenomenal player. He played DJ Bloodflow. Yeah, so we're gonna raid out. Thank you all again for coming on over. When you get over to Grave Mortem, throw all the love at him. Overwhelm him with love. Or just emojis. Emojis work too. Speaking of, we may have some new emojis coming soon. That's what I've heard. And have a good night, everybody.